exactly a warm welcome, Nueva York. Optic blast!
It's good to be back.
Well. Look at this. Everybody is hyped about Cyclops now. The Rivals trailer for him dropped this week, and I'm seeing people call him the GOAT now. And a lot of them are thanking X-Men 97. Well, I'm here to tell you, Cyclops was always the GOAT. Now, 97 did him justice for sure, but he was that dude long before then. I've been a Cyclops fan since before it was cool. And I'm talking about back when the movies did him dirty. I'm still recovering from the Fox-Men movies, particularly Last Stand.
You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
Now, James Marsden was not ever really allowed to portray a good Cyclops. He was portrayed as this weak, gene-obsessed punk that Wolverine basically bullied all the time. Not my Cyclops. Hopefully Doomsday will fix that later on this year. But the age of Cyclops is now. Now, I'll give 97 this. They are the ones to really treat Cyclops with the respect he's due, which made more of the mainstream audience aware of how cool he is. They saw him in X-Men 97 and was like, yo, I didn't know Cyclops had that dog in him. I didn't know he was that cool. But I did. Obi-Wan knew. The original X-Men was a decent showing of Cyclops in the 90s, but what really made him cool for me and what made me a fan of him was basically X-Men Evolution. In that show, Cyclops was treated as like a real character and not just Xavier's loyal soldier. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was that, but not to a fault. He had a personality, and he didn't solely focus on Jean. I mean, he wanted her, but that wasn't all he thought about. He also clearly had a lot of other options, including Rogue. But even aside from that show, Cyclops had all kinds of cool showings in the comics. Like that time he said he didn't have a plan B, because that implies that there are only 26 possible plans. There's a plan 2. And when you think about it, that was a cold line, because everybody's always like, oh, well, plan A didn't work, so how about plan B? Well, plan B didn't work, how about plan C? And like Cyclops said, there are only like 26 letters in the alphabet, and that implies there are only 26 possible plans. And it's like, no, there's a plan 1, there's a plan 2. If those don't work, well, we've got an infinite number of plans, or at least I do. I don't know about you, but I do. I got plans on plans on plans, so, you know. And let's not forget that time he wiped out a bunch of Sentinels, and Wolverine of all people had to acknowledge, hey, you know what, Summers, sometimes you remind me why you're the leader. And that's saying a lot coming from Wolverine. Again, remember how the media, how all these iterations usually treat Wolverine and Cyclops. Wolverine is always the cool guy, and Cyclops is always pretty much the square, as the old people used to say. He's just a straight edge person who goes by the book with everything. Which, again, if you know anything about Cyclops isn't this square person who always goes by the rules and always does everything all squeaky clean. If you know anything about Cyclops and Jean and Emma and Madeline, you know, if you know anything about about all that, you will know that Cyclops isn't exactly as squeaky clean as people like to make him. And then there was his, as I call it, renegade run in the comics, where he had the red outfit, with the X on his face, on the visor and everything. And in this run, he made Magneto, who is usually seen as the extreme mutant advocate who turns to violence. Well, he made him like a pacifist when Cyclops went renegade. Like, dude was crazy. He wielded the freaking Phoenix Force for a time. And then he went to blows with Guy Doom with the Phoenix Force. Now, it really didn't go in his favor. I mean, he put up a good fight, but you got to give him credit for that, right? And that's really just kind of scratching the surface. Scott has done so much cool stuff throughout the years, and people just don't know because of the stupid Foxman movies. They really didn't do him justice at all. And the fan base, well, there's a lot of them who don't know anything about Scott besides those movies. Everyone thinks, oh, he's just that lame X-Men who shoots beams out of his eyes. There's just really nothing else to him. He just shoots beams out of his eyes. Ooh, that's so cool. He's so cool, right? That's all he does. He's lame. No, all right? This dude is a master tactician and has like the perfect geometrical calculations, however you want to phrase it. Like, he can precisely bounce his optic beams off of damn near any surface. And by the way, his optic blasts are like beams of like kinetic force. A lot of people think that they're like just these regular energy beams. No, they're like kinetic force. They pack a punch. And that's an important distinction to make. In fact, back during like the X-Men Legends days, his ultimate, yeah, that was freaking awesome because like it was just like this massive blast, as you seen, because I'm pretty sure I added that clip just then of him doing it. And by the way, to hear him say optic rage was freaking awesome every time. But that massive blast, it was just like knock everybody back and everything. And that's really what he does. That's what his optic beams do. They're not like your traditional eye lasers. And then also just, fun fact, Cyclops, his mutant ability isn't necessarily that the beams are formed from like his body per se. His eyes are like a portal to like this kinetic force dimension or something like that. So basically, when he opens his eyes, he's opening that portal, and the force just like blasts out from his eyes. So again, there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about Cyclops that if you just do some research, you'd be like, oh, hey, this is actually really cool. And again, if he's written correctly, you see him maneuver his blast in different ways. Like 97, again, I will give them credit. 97 was the first, I think, adaptation to really kind of show what he can do with his optic blast, and they still only kind of scratch the surface of it, like how he moves around and everything. The Rivals trailer did kind of showcase it a little bit too, but there's so much he can do with it, and there's like this ongoing Cyclops comic right now that just started, and I've been meaning to kind of cover it some to give Cyclops some due justice, even on this channel, and I'm gonna get to it. It's just I'm so busy with work essentially, so I'll get to it. All right. But yeah, folks have been sleeping on Cyclops, and it looks like he's starting to finally get his respect. So I'm gonna try, no promises. I'll try to drop some like shorts over the next few weeks leading up to his release on Rivals that will have some like cool Cyclops moments, either in the TV shows or in the comics. I'll try to do that and just kind of be on the lookout for that. But with that said, hit that like button. Please hit the like button. Drop a comment to let me know what you thought. Do you agree? Have people been sleeping on Cyclops? And if you don't agree, well, I'm gonna try to make sure you do agree by posting some more Cyclops content in the next couple of weeks, so you can see what a lot of other Cyclops fans have seen. Hit that subscribe button for more, and remember, we have the high ground. Catch you later.